One Zambia, one nation. My name is Livestock, and you're watching our 18 hours evening news from TV2. Now we look at what makes headlines. A 2-year-old girl has been defiled by a 15-year-old boy in Lusaka's George compound. Former PF members who want to rejoin the ruling party will have to be patient for at least 3 years before they are readmitted to the ruling party. And dozens of people have been killed and injured in Ethiopia's Oromia region after security forces fired on a major protest. And now the news in detail. A 2-year-old girl has been defiled by a 15-year-old boy in Lusaka's George compound. The named juvenile, who is in grade 7, defiled the girl today in the morning. The toddler has been taken to the University Teaching Hospital UTH, while the culprit has been taken to the police. Penelope Kazwe brings us more in this report.
Heartbroken, the girl's mother cries for the loss of innocence of her 2-year-old daughter. The toddler has been allegedly defiled by a 15-year-old grade 7 pupil of the same neighborhood in George compound. The wrath of members of the community came upon him strong after the news spread. According to witnesses, the accused juvenile went to school to wash some clothes at his mother's bidding. But while doing this honorable task for his mother, dishonorable thoughts crept on his mind when he noticed the 2-year-old at play on this swing. Later, he dragged her to a hidden place and allegedly defiled her, a fact that he has admitted to this reporter. The boy's older brother is shocked at this turn of events.
I am ashamed, and I don't think so these things to happen in my family. Because yesterday Mama was telling him to clean his clothes, because if he cleaned, this time we could have been a church. And to be seen on TV on this issue, I am ashamed, because I'm desiring to be seen on TV once I become a journalist.
I'm checking a mwana na muvula apezekana chironda private part chichoka na blood ndipo ntazivira constitution zona so ndine namugwira mina unyamata kumchosa kwawo kuja kumuleta kuno.
This is a crime that has angered many members of the community. What many mothers are fearing is if this young man is doing this crime for the first time. Penelope Kazwe, TV2 News, Lusaka.
Still on vices against infants, a 10-month-old baby has been stolen by unknown people, an unknown woman in Lusaka's Kuku compound. The incident happened in the morning yesterday. Family members who are visibly shaken have called on the law enforcers to bring the culprit to book, and we learn more in this report.
It started as any other day, but later turned ugly. Family members had earlier gathered for a memorial service in Lusaka's Kuku compound. As the events unfolded, a nightmare came before bedtime. This healthy-looking 9-month-old baby boy has allegedly been stolen by a strange woman. The baby was being taken to the mother's house for breastfeeding hours before leaving for her daily shift. He was in the care of his young uncle Stephen, who says it all happened within a twinkle of an eye. I spoke to him and he tells me he is able to recognize the woman if seen again.
Abana kashao bafuere skate ya orange na ka vest ka yellow na feed red. Esa station ati Steve ulishani na tuwino mulishani. Ati vanoko barife bwino na tie barife bwino. Ati mwikara paria pene na tie na trea winchitrewa kamwana inenga na yapo na alikwata kamwana ka nono kara yandirira. Na tioke twaya iminina yuko kuliponya njuko basara ndatinga kari akwale sambika ekarandirira so unchitire kolya ule kasambika na tioke basanje bati ifukwete mwana mpera so that wendesh na saba pera ndeya na amkuipusha paria basara ndati awabo banje bera tukara ndati bana memo nomana amkuipusha ati bana memo yuko bare mfwayo uyu ata we tapa vana memo bebe besefye beka nata ndiye ambwelele paria nasanga Dapari.
At the parents' home, the shoes by the doorstep says it all. Family members have come to console the young couple and assure them that things will be just fine. Charity Mwamba is devastated, not knowing where her only child could be. Her great-grandmother, Joanne Mulenga, wants a culprit once found to face the law.
Tata wantulefo okutira mwe bantu batuwafuirisheko okuti omwana amoneke bekati oyo uli n'omwana pakwe bati omwana amoneke abwerere kuli nyina twapapata ekyo tulepepa nakulireso kwe batirese ngatangira okuti omuntu omwana musunge fye bwino.
The matter has since been reported to police. Do not trust a total stranger, they say, but the 14-year-old uncle did, and since then the story has been a sad one. What family members in this story want is for the culprit to be arrested and justice to prevail in this matter. Lufola Nkowani, TV2 News, Lusaka.
Government has started paying contractors who have built deep tanks across the country. Fisheries and Livestock Permanent Secretary David Chamlenge says the payment of 12 million kwacha to various contractors will be finalized by the end of this month. Dr. Chamlenge says 2 million kwacha has so far been released to reduce the debt burden. Dr. Chamlenge was speaking in Monze, Southern Province, when he toured various livestock projects in the areas we learn in this.
Livestock diseases have been a major setback to the growth of the livestock sector in Zambia. This has been the main challenge, especially for small-scale livestock farmers that depend on government's disease control programs. Wefa Miyoba is one of the many small-scale livestock farmers in Miyobe camp in Monze district. The community has in excess of 5,000 heads of cattle. Livestock diseases have been challenging in Miyobe camp.
Ikambwa kubura imulindi uli mbuli bwayo oyu twali kupompa muli kusprayer kuli forcing abuyo nizi tabushi ingani nzirabo yakuti ndiza kushonto biyo ta ngombe kuipompa ta idibita isiki mu mabazo onse ayererete kuli matenda parts amgo itasiki dibi jakuti twara ma problems amarwazi kunzo.
Monze district has a total of 148 deep tanks. However, these facilities that are meant to help in disease control have over the years become obsolete. And this is the reason why government is constructing new deep tanks and rehabilitating existing ones across the country. Fisheries and Livestock Permanent Secretary David Chamlenge has inspected some of the construction works.
We can't keep this area with ECF without a VA. We can't. That's why you see Monze with all the camps, 20 camps are manned completely with Hondas. And we've put more than 148 deep tanks. This is one of them. That's how much the government is putting its importance on this province. That's why we see the President, His Excellency Chagwarungu, is emphasizing on the fisheries and livestock. Government has started releasing money to pay our contractors countrywide. We are supposed to pay them close to about 12 million.
Southern Province ranks high in terms of cattle population in the country. For instance, just Monze district has close to 150,000 heads of cattle, and this is why government is constructing such structures to alleviate the sufferings of the livestock farmers by curbing livestock diseases. Amos Zulu, Monze.
The anthrax outbreak in Muchinga province has been contained. Health Minister Chitalu Chilufya says no new case of the disease has been recorded. Dr. Chilufya has explained that so far there are only 7 patients who are still on treatment. He was speaking in an interview in Lusaka today. The disease was recently reported to have broken out in Chama district. This is TV2's main news at 18 hours. After the break, the cause of the fire at Chilongo Midwifery School identified, plus many other stories. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now, former PF members who want to rejoin the ruling party will have to be patient for at least 3 years before they are readmitted to the ruling party. PF Secretary General Davis Mwila says this follows the party's Central Committee decision during yesterday's meeting chaired by President Edgar Lungu. Mr. Mwila has explained that the PF constitution is very clear, as outlined in Article 74, Sub-Article 16, which states that a person who resigns shall not apply for readmission within 3 years from the date of the resignation. He has since advised all former members that wish to rejoin the party to comply with the constitutional provision.
The Central Committee meeting, which was chaired by our party president, Mr. Edgar Lungu, looked at 3 letters. That is from Mao Sampa, Madam Sali, and Mr. Salasini. They applied to the Central Committee so that they are readmitted. So the Central Committee resolved that going by our party constitution, Article 74, Clause 16, it's very clear that if someone resigns or expelled from the party, for him or her to be readmitted, it must be after 3 years.
Meanwhile, the PF has endorsed the Kitwe Mayor, Christopher Kang'ombe, for the position of President of the Local Government Association of Zambia. Mr. Mwila says the party expects all PF councillors to support the candidature of Mr. Kang'ombe. In other news, Chongwe District Council Chairperson Geoffrey Jumbwe says plans are underway to build a modern market in the area. Mr. Jumbwe says the modern market will accommodate traders operating on roadsides. Hector Simfukwe brings us a report.
In Chongwe are living dangerously. This is because they are trading along Great East Road, thereby risking their lives to these fast-moving vehicles. Those talked to claim there is not enough space in the market. The local authorities are aware of the problem and something is being done. Council Chairman Geoffrey Chumbwe says he will engage stakeholders to find a suitable place where a modern market will be built.
Those plans are there. We even have a contractor who is supposed to be on site, but we are having certain challenges which I think I'll be interrogating very soon. When you talk of a market, my brother, as you drive from here, Chongwe now, just a few meters as you are going back to Lusaka, as you are driving, just imagine you reach where we call a market and you have a tire burst there. What would happen to those people selling by the roadside? It would be a total mess. So that is actually in the plan. That is where we are going to start from. We need a market, but we have a very big challenge in terms of where to build the market.
The news of a new market has cheered the traders.
Tizipeza kona iseba farm metiri mama veg tizipeza koko gulisira. Okay. The market tinkala pa zuwa iticha maningi.
The construction of this market will not only help these traders, but the council through revenue collection. Hector Simfukwe, TV2 News in Chongwe.
In a related situation, traders at Lusaka's Kamlanga market in Jack compound have called on government to construct a modern market in the area. The traders who sell under makeshift stores say business will become difficult once the rains start. Here's a report.
As usual at Kamlanga market in Lusaka's Jack compound. In the next few months, the rains will be here. And once that happens, business will not be the same for the traders here. This is why they want government to build them a modern market.
So funika tilisti mankala kona matebo mutantika chebuno bwino ko muntu apita funa kugula chebuno bwino. Mfulanga yamba pano. Nivifine kula tantika sibetanga matupangia ko market nshaba ko bwino.
Muone market yatu ise shed tiribe. Tigulisa chabe mtuntemba. Era mukangana anganani vinyalala.
Kamlanga Ward Councillor Jonas Piri says he is aware of the challenges of the people in his ward. He says he is yet to table the idea of constructing a modern market before a full council meeting for consideration.
Together with the Member of Parliament, Honorable Given Lovinda, would like to lobby government that probably we could be able to have this be done as soon as possible so that people can be able to have the facility that befits the time. as well. But that's one of the things that we're going to be able to table before the council meeting, so that we could be able to lobby and probably push forward what is the required position of the market.
For now, the traders here will continue operating from these makeshift stalls until such a time that a modern market is constructed. Lufala Nkowani, TV2 News in Lusaka.
Preliminary findings into yesterday's fire at Chilongo Mission Nursing School in Mpika, Mchinga Province indicate that the inferno was ignited by a cooker in the kitchen. The cooker was allegedly left on following an electricity outage. Police spokesperson Esther Katongo has confirmed this in Lusaka today. Ms. Katongo has explained that the school experienced a power outage from 15 hours and power was only restored at about 21 hours. She has explained that the fire is suspected to have started when the power was restored. Police are still evaluating the value of the property destroyed in the fire. Among the structures at the school which were destroyed are the kitchen, skills laboratory, library, staff offices, a classroom, and 22 student rooms. Others are 3 storerooms, 1 guest room, and an administration block. We take another break, and after that, Nyirenda names final World Cup squad. Stay with us. Now to foreign news, where dozens of people have been killed and injured in Ethiopia's Oromia region after security forces fired on a major protest. Some died in a panicked stampede after troops opened fire, the report said. Thousands had gathered for a religious festival in Bishotu, 40 kilometers from the capital, Addis Ababa. Ethiopia's government said in a statement that lives were lost and those responsible will face justice. An Oromo activist, Jawa Mohammed, is quoted as saying nearly 300 people were killed and many more injured. The unrest was sparked last November by a plan to expand the capital into Oromia. This led to fears that farmers from the Oromo ethnic group, the largest in Ethiopia, would be displaced. In sports news, Chipolopolo coach Wetsan Nyirenda has named his final 23-man team for the 2018 World Cup qualifier game against Nigeria on October 9. 14 of the 23 players are locally based, while 9 are foreign based. This is according to the Football Association of Zambia FAS Facebook page monitored in Lusaka today. Among the local players are Patson Daka, Mishek Chaila, Spencer Sautu, Donna Shano Malama, Billy Mtale, Jacob Banda, Adrian Chama, and Jack Chilwa. Collins Mbesuma, Renford Kalaba, Kennedy Mwene, Stopila Sunzu, and Winston Kalengo are among the foreign-based players called to the team. And this brings us to the end of our news at 18 hours. We recap on the headlines. A 2-year-old girl has been defiled by a 15-year-old boy in Lusaka's George compound. The named juvenile, who is in grade 7, defiled the girl today in the morning. Former PF members who want to rejoin the ruling party will have to be patient for at least 3 years before they are readmitted to the ruling party. PF Secretary General Davis Mwila says this follows the party's Central Committee decision during yesterday's meeting chaired by President Edgar Lungu. And in foreign news, dozens of people have been killed and injured in Ethiopia's Oromia region after security forces fired on a major protest. Some died in a panicked stampede after troops opened fire, the report said. Thousands had gathered for a religious festival in Bishotu, 40 kilometers from the capital, Addis Ababa. Thank you so much for your time. Our next news bulletin comes your way at 20 hours. Good evening.